just share one closing thought, and Emer Hashem Yosef is going to close out, the Rebbe close out the evening for us. Piacezna delivered a drasha in 1941 in Parshas Noach. And the pasuk that he quoted was, of course, the pasuk says, Eila told us Noach ish tzadik tamim haya b'darosav. That Noach was a tzaddik, he was a tamim, a complete individual, b'darosav, in his generation. And the Torah says, Asa Elokim his halech Noach. And literally again, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Noach walked. And Rashi HaKadosh says something amazing. Rashi says, Noach hayetzarech sa'ad l'tomcho. Noach needed support. He wasn't able to walk on his own. He wasn't able to do it on his own. Aval Am Avinu haya mischazek u'mishalech b'tzidko me'elav. Am Avinu was able to walk on his own. And in the classic understanding, Rashi HaKadosh is creating a contrast between Noach and Avram Avinu. That Noach was a great man, but wasn't able to do it. He always needed assistance. Versus Avram Avinu, who was motivated. Avram Avinu was able to do it on his own. Piacezna, much like the Hilula B'Ditchever, much like Rav Levi Yitzchak ben Sarah Sasha, Zechusi Agin Aleinu, was a tremendous Ohev Yisrael, and always tried to see the good in every single Yid. So the Piacezna, you can tell in his drush, was a little bit bothered by this idea. That could it be that Noach, I understand maybe he wasn't as great as Avram Avinu, but Rashi seems to paint that as a picture that Noach can't do it on his own. He needs HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help, almost like a strike against Noach, like a slight against Noach. And the Rebbe says something so beautiful. And I just want to quote to you. It's a much longer drasha, but he says, V'hinei v'Noach hayu rotvin. Certainly, Noach had people who were antagonistic to him. He had enemies. He's building an ark, he's building a table for 120 years. One would have to imagine that he had many people who were working against him. He says, Shahayit Rashi called Shai b'nei Dora omrim ilu anu ram also nichnas lateva anu shovrim also v'hargin also. That people were saying, Noach, if we see you going to the table, we're going to break it down, we're going to kill you. Ubichlal ki shahayu b'dar sha'im betach inu also. V'lo hayu lo menios ba'avoda v'yitzarach le'ischaskus. The Rebbe says something amazing. He says, Noach faced so many challenges. And Noach had so many detractors and so many people who tried to undermine what it was that he was trying to do. Says the Rebbe, that's what Rashi is coming to teach us. It may be true that Avram Avinu was greater, but that's not the point of Rashi. The point of Rashi is that although Noach faced tremendous challenges, tremendous adversity, enemies, internally, externally, when you want to accomplish something great in life, what happened? Noach hayetzarech sa'ad l'tomcho. Noach needed help. And what happens when a Yid needs help? Asa Elokim his halech Noach. Says the Piacezna. The message is not that Noach was less of a tzaddik than Avram Avinu. The message was that when you want to do something great in life and you encounter adversity and challenge, that Ribono Shel Olam has your back. And he's going to help you. And he's going to pull you through. There's a beautiful word by the Katzka, by the Akedah, which we'll read in just a few weeks. We know that Avram Avinu is poised, ready to shecht his one and only son. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Al tishlach yadcha lanar. Don't do anything. Leave the boy alone. And then the pasuk says, Vayar v'mei ayol ne'echaz b'svach b'karnov. He sees a ram caught in the thicket, the thorn bush. And he goes, he gets it out, and he offers it up as a carbon. And asks the Katzker, how did Avram Avinu know to offer up a carbon? HaKadosh Baruch Hu just told him, maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want any carbon. Maybe he doesn't want anything. Why are you offering up the ayil? Why are you offering up the ram? And the Katzker says something amazing. If the ram would have run up to Avram Avinu and laid down at his feet, he wouldn't have offered it. Because anything that easy says the Kotzker, is Maises Satan. If it's too easy, it's not worth having. But when you see a ram caught in the thorn bush, Chaver, you ever try to get a ram out of a thorn bush? I haven't, but I could only imagine. You're going to cut your clothing, you're going to cut your flesh, you're going to be bruised, you're going to be bleeding, says the Kotzker. Where there's bruising and there's bleeding, there's Kedusha. Where there's effort and there's difficulty, there's Kedusha. Where there are antagonists, adversaries, and enemies, there is Kedusha. Where there are obstacles, walls, and hurdles, there is Kedusha. Anything great worth accomplishing in life has the most incredible amount of pushback. And the greatest and holiest of accomplishments always has a number of different impediments until you get there. It says, Piacezna, if there's one thing you could always count on, it's the Ribono Shalom. You may not always be able to count on people, but you could always count on the Ribono Shalom. And that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying. Asa Elokim is Halech Noach. Says the Heilige Piacezna, who could imagine the challenges that Noach faced? The ridicule, the exclusion, the hurt, the insults. You devote yourself to something for so long because you think that it's good, and everyone around you, all they want to do is pull the rug out from under you. All they want to do is prevent you from actualizing and accomplishing. All they want to do is knock you down and hurt you and harm you. And in that moment where you feel so hurt and so battered and so bruised and ready to give up, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm right by your side. I have you. He goes, Chava, even when the world gives up on me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu never does. Can you imagine? Parshas Noach, 1941 in the Warsaw Ghetto. Everyone had given up on them. That Kehillah of the brokenhearted. That Kehillah of the shattered. Everyone gave up on them. And the Heilige Rebbe said to them, Es Elokim is Halech Noach. Wherever you go, whatever you do, no matter how much of your life is stuck in the thicket, and no matter how difficult things may become, if you're committed to your goals, you're committed to your dreams, you're committed to your aspirations, you're committed to your God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I have you. I have you. Es Elokim is Halech Noach is not simply a statement about the righteousness of Noach, but it's the clarion call for Am Yisrael. That when we stand ready to give up, because maybe life has become too difficult or the things we want to accomplish feel a little bit too out of reach, always remember that although people may give up on us, and even Chas v'Shalom we may give up on ourselves, that Ribono Shel Olam never lets go. And that divine love, that divine embrace is all we need in Yartzheit Hashem to be successful in life.